An influential media outlet from Germany has called Elon Musk public enemy number two, alleging that public enemy number one would be Donald Trump. And people are pointing out that the Spiegel hates freedom, and I disagree with it. I think they absolutely love freedom for themselves. If after this statement they would have gotten debanked, if they would have been dropped by publishers, if journalists would be fired for saying this, they would be abhorred. They would not understand what's happening. They would say that it's anti-democratic, it's against human rights, that they have free speech. But at the same time, I guarantee to you that if any independent content creator, if any YouTuber would write a similar thought piece about one of the journalists working at Der Spiegel, like if they would make a YouTube video where they would brand an editor or anyone there and say that they're public enemy, oh my goodness, immediately they would ask for that content creator to be debanked, to be deplatformed, because it would be harmful. And they're aware of what they are doing, because you had, what, 2-3 assassinations attempts on Donald Trump so far? I'm losing count. Is it 2.5? Because the last one hasn't been confirmed. This is what it's called stochastic terrorism, is when you drive the public into a frenzy, you cannot predict if an individual is going to become unhinged. But when you do it to your millions of readers on a constant basis, then statistically speaking, chances are that one person is going to become unhinged, which is why Elon Musk is now upgrading security for being branded public enemy number two by a very influential rag. Again, I guarantee to you, if Elon Musk would do the same, if he would pick a journalist from Der Spiegel or, a German politician or an influential businessman, they would consider that to be harmful. And they would ask the EU to sanction X, the platform. I mean, we already know when people talk shit about George Soros or other influential NGO leaders, the media freaks out and they call it dangerous and harmful, right? But for some reason, they do it because they love freedom. It's just that they love freedom for themselves. Now, the question is, why is it that a German publication is going after Elon Musk? Because when you look at German culture, they are some of the most pro-environmentalist people in Europe. Basically, they believe that the world is dying and we need to do something, which is to give more power to the government, to give more power to the EU. So why is it that they're going after the man who makes electric cars and they're going after the man who puts rockets into space trying to get humanity on Mars? Like, if Earth is collapsing, then having another planet would definitely be beneficial, right? And the answer to that is that it's threatening Der Spiegel. Der Spiegel wants to influence what people think. A lot of individuals, when they think about the media, they're thinking like Lois Lane and Clark Kent and Peter Parker, trying to get the truth out. In reality, they just try to influence what people think. And this is why they close down comment sections, like most publications do that nowadays. They do not allow the peasantry to speak for themselves or to think about the article that is written. And not only that, but they hate it when people talk about them on social media. Like, if the media is pushing the Hunter Biden laptop shit, and people are debunking it, or they're talking about their lived experiences, they hate that. So it needs to be banned. It needs to be gone, right? Because it makes the media look bad then. They're losing credibility. So this is why they really hate Elon Musk. Now, I've been thinking about who the media constantly brands as public enemies. And it's usually like you pick up the papers and one day you find out about a person you don't care about and the media tells you why you need to hate them. And universally, and I can't think of a single exception to this, like I'm sure there are, but I just don't read it despite the fact that I read the papers almost every day. It's a person that doesn't affect my life in any way. I mean, think about it. People like Alex Jones, people like Elon Musk, people like Donald Trump, they're not changing my lifestyle. They're not trying to raise my taxes. They're not trying to take away my gas stove. They're not trying to make my car be more expensive. They're not doing anything that would inconvenience me in any way. In fact, the people that the media promotes are the opposite. They want to raise my taxes. They're in favor of inflation. They want to censor what I do online. They want to harvest all my data online so that they can feed it to some AI. They want to monitor people more. They want to put more regulations on everything we do. They want to push veganism down my throat. Like, these are the people that the media likes. And these are the people that I'm told I should like. Meanwhile, the people that are either trying to stop this from happening or people that are doing shit that doesn't affect me at all, it doesn't affect my family at all, it doesn't affect my neighborhood, my city, it doesn't affect anyone that I interact with at all, I should care about it. And I should be absolutely outraged that these people exist and that I should demand they be debanked, that they be deplatformed, that they be fired. And this is the absolute state of the media. And when you realize it, you notice that it's not a left-leaning versus a right-wing culture war or any type of such issue. It's just populism versus elitism. It's like the wealthy of society, the elitists, you know, and when I say the wealthy, I don't mean just the CEOs. I don't mean just the people that are at the top of corporations. I also mean people that run journalistic rags. I also mean the people that are having jobs positions in the academia and they're obscenely well paid for what they're doing. And I also mean the politicians at Brussels. Why are they paid so much? Why is never no one talking about the obscene wealth that a politician at Brussels gets? How do they justify this amount of money? And their interest, like when you live in a lifestyle that is so disconnected from the rest of the population, like they don't have to deal with crime, they don't have to deal with thinking about how they're going to put food on the table the next day, they don't have to think about how they're paying their electricity bills, they don't have to think about any of this shit. They have a completely different culture, a completely different interest than the average population. So they want to maintain the status quo. They want to stay wealthy. They want to maintain this system. So anyone that threatens the system is a problem. And the people that threaten the systems are the ones that are telling the peasantry, hey, enough. Like, these policies do not help you. These policies are just making your life worse, and they're making their life better. So they're trying to push identity politics. They're trying to, you know, push different cultural issues. It's like, let's get another religion in here just to see how the people react to each other so that they create conflicts and they don't look up. You know, they never look at the academia and wonder, are these university professors actually worthy of their jobs? Like, how many of their predictions actually come out to be true and accurate? How many of them didn't plagiarize their PhDs? How many of them are actually competent so that they can leech on the taxpayer? All these politicians, why are they paid so much compared to the rest of us? Like, what exact is the contribution they bring to society that is justifying that they make tens of thousands of dollars per month? Why does a politician need this much cash? Right? So, like, they don't want people to start asking that. They don't want people to look at the bankers and start wondering. It's like, well, okay, hold on a little bit. Why is it that if I start a business and my business goes under, then I get bankrupt? But if a bank starts a business and it goes bankrupt, then it gets bailout. Like, how is that a fair system? Why is the rules different for them? You know, that's what they're trying to protect. And this is why you have this whole globalist movement where it's like, oh, more immigration. Let's push identity politics, gender issues. So that the people just struggle with themselves, just argue with themselves. And it's like, well, now Elon Musk is a problem, right? So it gets the people that like Elon Musk to now argue with the people that dislike Elon Musk. That's the whole thing. And, you know, like Germany talking about democracy, like, fuck off, the EU is not democratic. Look at how the United States is ran, and then look at how the European Union is ran. Why can't I, as a Romanian citizen, vote for the EU president? Why is it anointed? I never voted for Ursula von der Leyen, for instance. Why didn't I have a choice between several candidates? Why isn't the Spiegel arguing for that? Why are they trying to make the EU more democratic than it already is? Instead, they're worrying about the United States. I don't think they're worried about democracy. I genuinely don't. Because you'd first worry about the democracy in your backyard. If you genuinely care, right? Like, if you imagine this. Imagine that you're a person that just dislikes garbage. You don't like seeing garbage, right? So you want to clean up the city. But there is a lot of garbage in your backyard. I mean, there's bags upon bags of garbage and it stinks and it's in your backyard. But you start by arguing about what your neighbor from 15 blocks away is having in his basement. You know, wouldn't it be normal for you to start with your own garbage? and clean that up and then worry about other people? Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.